I didn't think this through very well. I didn't think about lighting, I'll be honest. I know this is good enough. I have to figure it out. I'm just gonna play this and go. It's gonna take a while. Oh god, I didn't adjust the audio on that one. Yeah, I haven't watched this yet. At all.
Protect the people, not rule them. The time of guardians as shepherds of humanity is over.
This.
No.
I'm gonna keep track of that one.
I've been waiting so long for this. Dredge and hope.
Dredge and hope. I'm putting these sleeves on something else. Putting these on Vivi.
New cabal, the Barrent Imperium, sprung up out of nowhere across the system. It doesn't just happen. It's the Nine, and I'm putting together a crew to prove it. What do you say?
The Nine's fault they did it.
Welcome to the new Mars. Now the only law in Tharsis is the gun on your hip and the light in your hands. You'll do well here. I don't relish doing business with these legions.
Ooh. I do like how that coin sounds.
You crave justice. Why die for a criminal?
Why do you hate your own kind so much?
Oh.
It's time to take the fight to the Imperium.
I do be excited to play it. Looks like it'll be fun.
Finish it. And the Imperium is yours to lead. You will fall. The next time we meet.
One play left.
Oh no. I couldn't tell who it was. Oh jeez.
All right. Hey everybody, welcome to Bungie, or our Cantina today. We have converted our stream room in celebration of our upcoming
Oh, they got the hammer.
Renegades collaborated Lucasfilm games. We are so excited.
The hammer soul right there, I think.
Host today. We have a lot to go through.
Can't tell what that is.
A few housekeeping notes before we dive in.
That looks like Huckleberry.
If you are on Twitch, if you watch for 15 minutes, we have a fantastic emblem for you to earn. Seekers, not Saints. Make sure your Bungie.net account is linked and you will earn this reward. Additionally, our community team, hey community team, love you. They're going to be going through chat throughout this stream and after we raid Leopard Stealth, one of our good
Oh,
friends.
Leopard.
We have 25 Year of Prophecy digital editions to be handing out. So make sure your DMs are open. Keep an eye out for a DM from Bungie. And yeah, you might get yourself a code for a platinum platform that we offer. So what are we talking about here today? We just had our launch trailer. Destiny 2 Renegades is launching in 7 days. Countdown right now. 7 days from now, you're going to be there playing. We got Blasters. We got the Praxic Blade.
2 days now.
A new Vidoc that actually we are sharing today. And this is going to be called Making of a Renegade. So after we watch our Vidoc, we have a panel of developers on the couch. We're going to be talking about the Lawless Frontier, our new activity that is coming with this experience, full of loot, full of fun experiences, and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's watch a new Vidoc, Vidoc 2, Making of a Renegade.
Oh my god, it's been so long since I forgot a Vidoc. I remember the last one it was.
Destiny with the Star Wars lens, like this really cool combination that hasn't been done.
I can't wait to take the Praxic Blade to Mars.
Don't be a ridiculous fan. Just stay cool.
Wait, we gotta swat it up and play through. Oh yeah.
This is why we got into games in the first place.
I wonder what all that Titan Exotic actually does, because I know it launches you,
Early on, we developed this North Star,
but I don't know what else.
unmistakably Star Wars. It has to be something that feels like a Destiny story. It can't feel like a one-off. This can't feel like a side quest, right? Like this has to be a continuation of the Fate saga.
Not I.
I had this vision. I knew it came from the Nine.
But with Star Wars beats and Star Wars visual.
This was uncharted territory for Lucasfilm Games, and that this is the first time we're telling a story inspired by Star Wars within a different universe.
At the heart of like I think every Guardian's identity is like this healthy, independent, rebellious streak.
We were excited to actually explore that scoundrel fantasy, bounty hunters.
I'm just a silly guy, you know?
Jobs with a ragtag team. We took inspiration from Star Wars to ensure the scale, visual language, soundtrack, and cinematic storytelling in Renegades delivered on everything fans will have come to expect from the franchise.
The Praxic Blade collaboration stands out to me.
Because lightsabers are so iconic, it was absolutely critical to get that balance right.
The team at Lucasfilm Games was just so solutions focused. It wasn't, no, it has to be this way. It was a lot of back and forth and asking questions about how would this work? Well, let's talk about it. All right, oh, so we need a different energy source. Okay, what would that look like?
It was all about like what is best for the player.
It is nice to sound like they found a way to get it all in. How Destiny is.
Destiny and Star Wars shared that same beating heart. I was like, oh, this is gonna be special.
We were given such a unique challenge. How can
Yeah, the blow with the Vex, gambling.
without losing the narrative threads that we created so far for Destiny at the same time?
It wasn't until we found our footing with creating a foundation in Destiny that things started to click together.
I remember the first time that we went down to San Francisco. We had this really big meeting where it was the Destiny narrative folks on one side and the Star Wars narrative folks on the other side. We broke the ice by just asking, what's the bad version of this? We had a really good laugh over what that looked like. And through that, we kind of uncovered that this should be the aesthetic, the vibe of Star Wars with the truth to Destiny's narrative that we knew needed to be there too.
This is honestly very neat how they found a way to work all this together.
After the Edge of Fate has happened, the world has moved and changed, and we're still trying to figure out what Binding the Nine means.
The Vanguard have redacted the prophecy of extinction.
They don't want the public to panic over this prophecy.
The crux of our story is the Drifter asking us to help him break Vanguard law for good reason to confront a new rising faction of Cabal called the Baron Imperium. It's what drives Eris to help the Drifter out as well as the player Guardian.
When we were thinking about what kinds of characters should be in this release, we thought about the kinds of archetypes we see throughout Star Wars.
Yeah, and the Drifter is an easy parallel. He and Han Solo share a cocky attitude, both former criminals.
In Star Wars, there's a plethora of sassy droids. We have our own version of that.
What the Drifter doing?
And Blue is no exception.
Oh, look. Thanks for nothing.
Blue is a Drifter's ghost, and I think as soon as people hear her, they'll be delighted and incredibly surprised.
I thought his ghost was dead.
Dredgen Bale is portrayed by Alex Lee, who is amazing.
You are supposed to protect the people, not rule them.
And we also got Hollywood actual royalty Danny Houston to play Premier Loom, the head of the Baron Imperium. Being able to work with someone from that kind of IMDb page was such an honor. I was completely normal the whole time.
Yeah, the stock. I haven't got my stock up yet. I was hoping to get it today, but I was sad I didn't.
Became this sweeping militaristic figure that I think is going to be a really good parallel to Grand Moff Tarkin or other evil military leaders from.
All right, there's one set of sleeves down.
Introducing new characters years, we're still looking backwards at some of Destiny lore's most long-standing characters. Honor is another example of that. She's our Praxic warlock.
She's loosely meant to be a parallel to something like a Jedi in Star Wars. She was part of a Vanguard internal affairs group that would police aliens on the...
Time for the second set.
Abandoning my post to help you.
Now, Honor.
Yeah, she has to grow up with the times a little bit, because the world has changed. A whole lot of people are using darkness now, and she gets to grow and kind of ask herself, like, am I still adhering to my own values if I allow myself to be open to these kinds of ideas?
It'll be fine.
The Drifter left your cult long ago.
And then there's Dredge and Bale.
Dredgen is a dark guardian that represents absolute darkness.
Dredge and Bale doesn't like the fact that we're ruled by a city of immortals who can't step down and that weren't elected. He's got kind of a point, but his methods for addressing that point suck. He makes many bad choices. One of my favorite parts about a lot of villains in Star Wars is that they have just like the capability of making a right choice, and they consistently do not make good choices.
Bale is trying to fill a hole in his life in all the wrong ways.
And he just can't, and he never will.
I mean, it looked pretty cool though.
The time of guardians as shepherds of humanity is over.
This has been an opportunity where you love Destiny, you love Star Wars, you want to do something with both. What are you going to put into it?
Oh my god, it was such a challenge at first, finding that sweet spot of how do we make something that can live in both worlds and not feel out of place in either, but also feel totally new and exciting. It wasn't always about where do we find the exact middle ground, 50-50 Star Wars and Destiny, because at that point, feeling almost a little derivative.
There's those moments along the way when we were like, this is just Star Wars. This is not the purpose of the collaboration. We want to have something kind of new that makes you think of both. I remember when we were trying to figure out what we're going to do.
Oh, geez.
Cabal.
We started in that place where it's just Cabal wearing a stormtrooper outfit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until we injected more of that weird alien design of a lot of these armor sets. That was kind of what switched it over from this is too derivative to this is really working. I think it comes through in the visuals and every single map. There are little Easter eggs and little treats here and there that we hit around, and Film Games has been awesome at collaborating with us and even putting some of their input onto our maps so we can really give the players something exciting.
The switch flipped in my head like, oh, we would never have done this without this collaboration was this.
Yeah.
We're going places with the Vex and the Elixni and the Cabal that we really weren't going to go before.
Oh yeah, and trench coats.
And trench coats, yeah. We have
What is going on with the sleeve?
playing cards. It's so awesome, and I don't think we would have dared do that.
Look at this.
Opportunity.
No, and it was the perfect time in our universe to do it too. The Star Wars
This is
team just started
fine. Stay on your own.
stories about what they're excited to build, and far be it.
Go on the bottom, actually.
We make a lot of weapons in Destiny. How do you take a weapon in Destiny where we have literal, like, 4 digits of guns? And
Are we
right?
4 digits? I don't think we are.
And make something that feels new, but
I don't know though. I haven't done the math.
Star Wars and Blaster was really obviously the choice. They're roughly in 2 groups. There's dynamic blasters, which are intended to be harder hitting, firing a ton. Brute force. And then we have sort of balance blasters. As you're shooting, and the heat is building up, you're going to have a venting opportunity where you can hit a perfect vent.
Oh my god.
A reload so you can start shooting again much faster.
Sweet.
These spinners, I tell you, they're just flying around.
I gotta ask though, what about these Cabal blasters? Are they accurate?
What difficulty are you playing on? We have swords in Destiny, but we don't have a Praxic sword. We don't have a lightsaber proximate. It's an exotic primary weapon that's kinetic, where you can reflect.
I'd be excited for this. I think it'll be fun depending on the perks on it.
And throw it out and get a ton of damage. the sandbox, be able to explore this new like ability ecosystem with renegade abilities. We've taken so much of this opportunity and turned it into what we can like grow.
Every corner of the game, from the art, the design, the audio,
What?
the music, UI, the rewards, completely infused with the magic of the collaboration. It's really been a real treat to be a part of.
Yeah, super satisfying.
Oh my god. I didn't think these sleeves would be that bad.
Good morning, everybody. Didn't even get what that means, sorry. The overarching theme for this was to create a score for this release that felt like it was cohesive as a whole. We're all talking to each other and collaborating with each other. We were able to explore different ways of orchestrating, different ways of writing with the orchestra that expand on the
Hopefully this doesn't backfire.
and make it fresh and new.
Here until I get a decent amount of them.
Certain elements that can naturally fit string flourishes or wood flourishes that would play into a certain moment. When it's like, oh, I know I want something with more Williams, so I'll push it. Not this Williams, the John Williams. I'll push it more in that world.
Another thing too is the amount of percussion. I had some ideas that felt more full-on Star Wars, and once you like flesh out the percussion arrangement, it instantly sounds more Destiny as a result.
For me, a lot of it was about framing, where when I use a lot of the Destiny themes, how I set them up and how I'm transitioning in and out of moments are much more Star Warsy in terms of the harmony and orchestration.
Oh, I can't wait to play it. Sure, the music would be great too.
It was the opportunity to work with these guys and Mike.
You definitely made a point to kind of bring us together and listen to each other's music.
But Brendan, you wrote something with the most beautiful oboe solo in it, and it drives me nuts that I didn't think of it first.
No one wanted to follow Brendan is what it came down to. Brendan's cues just sound amazing from the start.
I remember knowing your first high action cue. Oh, because it's really fast, really intense. Josh kept on like spinning around and looking.
Humans have to play this. Jeez.
Destiny has so many themes, and that's like a great vehicle for doing the Star Wars spin.
Our first meeting was discussing that main theme, and I remember hearing it for the first time.
Ooh.
And everybody kind of perked up.
I like that. I like that.
That were just a little bit different from one another. That was all sort of impacted what the final version of the theme was.
Dredge and Bale. That kind of teed off the main theme, and the fact that we were exploring the idea of this kind of
Actually, turn, move around.
set in this story of
The artifacts and all. Put them in a box.
To tell a longer arc story. It has a layer of ominousness to it. It has a layer of mystery to it, but it can be turned other ways.
I felt a sense of menace.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to get to experience it with players.
Just really hope that, personally, I've written something that they can really connect with and love, and if I can cause a couple of goosebumps in there, I'll take that as a bonus too.
Things are on that side.
Players get taken on a journey that inspires them and makes them feel like this world is really unique and really special.
I'll do it. Yes, actually.
Is getting to watch someone's look of like absolute surprise.
I want players
These ones in first.
Hope, that exciting, boundless potential that Destiny has, and world of possibility that Star Wars unlocked.
Ogre.
I've been waiting so long for this.
Alright, there we go.
All right, back to the cantina. So what you just saw was our second Vidoc, making of a renegade, or what it takes to make a renegade. This is our moment to really peel back the curtain and show you how games are made. It's a monumental effort, and what you saw, it was a mix of our narrative design, audio, our collaboration efforts with Lucasfilm Games. Many thanks to everyone involved. Also, a few folks that weren't pictured there, ranging from design, production, test. Even a shout out, I got to give it to IT for keeping our computers running, and services folks too for keeping our servers running. So today we're going to be talking about the Lawless Frontier. This is our new activity coming with Destiny 2 Renegades, and we have 3 developers on our couch to talk us through what we're seeing. It'll be a fun deep dive. So without further ado, let's get some.
Yippee!
Eric Smith, we're starting with you.
DMG, Damage 04. Yes, my name is Eric Smith. I am a combat design lead on Destiny 2. You may know me from my work where I was the design lead on the Strand subclasses. I started kind of making the stasis abilities, and most recently the Renegades ability buffs.
Awesome.
Oh.
Farnsworth, this is the first time that you and I are in a stream together, but a quick introduction for folks that may not have seen you in previous Vidocs.
Yeah, so I'm Tom, the creative lead for Renegades, and I've been at Bungie for, I can't even remember, like 13, 14 years. Worked on Destiny 1, Destiny 2. The highlights were probably the Framing City, Season of the Splicer.
Oh, Splicer had some nice weapons.
Things I worked on leading in this, but this has been an absolute blast.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining us today. And last but not least, our grid skipper aficionado, Taylor Bjorndal. How you doing?
Great. Yeah, Taylor Bjorndal, associate web designer, here to talk about all the rewards and blasters and the practice played and all the other stuff.
Yeah, let's get them.
Awesome. Yeah, so just for folks,
Give me them juicy details.
A bit fast. We got a lot to pack through. We'll have a VOD on Twitch and YouTube after this, and if you missed our Vidoc or the launch trailer, those will be uploaded as well. So what we're seeing on screen right now, we're launching into our Lawless Frontier activity. Tom, I would love to put the spotlight on you. Let's give a quick description. What is the Lawless Frontier?
So the Lawless Frontier is our core game mode in Renegades. We play through some of the campaign, but it's really what comprises our end game. And the idea is that you're a renegade, you're taking on these shady jobs like bounty hunting, smuggling, and sabotage from our syndicates, and you're doing so to increase your notoriety, your power, and your riches, and of course to get some sweet loot.
Yeah, and when you talk about bounty hunting, sabotaging, that kind of stuff, those are different types of this activity, right?
Yeah, their bounty hunting is all about taking out a key syndicate boss.
This is where we're at.
Blowing the heck out of everything with your renegade abilities. Cabal vehicles. And
I don't have anything to measure it on hand.
Tied down.
Yep. In true fashion, when you're in a dangerous spot, you got to just grab whatever you can find.
I don't know.
So today we're going to be focusing on a bounty hunt, and I believe you said this is kind of like a quintessential Destiny vibe of an activity, right?
Yeah, it's probably the closest to a traditional Destiny activity, but you're going to start in the ready room, which is kind of a unique experience, and you're going to be able to pick your renegade abilities in there from your little chain.
Yes, at the bottom of the pipeline.
To the destination, you can see we're already in on one of the Mars maps that we have. There
Yeah.
All these jobs take place across Mars.
All right.
Europa and the destination.
I have
This is the resurgence resources of that target. They'll have a
thick inner sleeves that I saw and I figured I should get because of how I tend to shuffle.
Your abilities, maybe an invader, and then exfil with your bounty, and get some loot. Take that back to our social space, Tharsis Junction, where you'll be able
I'm gonna leave it out for now.
to buy some of the cool blasters. or maybe some of the cosmetics and customizations for the practice blade we're going to talk about.
Come on.
And I mean, so as we're going through this, we're going to be seeing a lot of abilities that players know.
This is about how
We have new abilities.
thick a normal one is. Ben's pretty easy.
Our person of knowledge here. What do we got on screen?
Yeah, so Renegade Abilities is a new ability system
This is
in Renegades.
thick one.
What you do
It's a little thicker.
press, it's going to be R
Definitely
controller and then Z on the keyboard.
lots different.
Switch you into a different mode that gives you new abilities for your grenade and your melee. That sends out one of these tokens.
A Vivian first.
You can see we have one called Revitalize that heals you and provides you with ability energy, and then we have the other one, which is the Deflector Shield, which is this zone I can save.
God, that's like a normal sleeve.
Blocks all the incoming damage. It's also going to, for my allies who are inside the shield, it will amplify them and then jolt any enemies who pass through it. And all of these have 7 levels of upgrades.
Alright, let me get my Clive out. I bought a Clive recently. I have that in a double sleeve right now.
They're going to get better and better, and they really change the gameplay, right? Like they're kind of these pocket supers almost. That as a hunter, I'm able to be like, I'm going to build support, right? I'm going to choose these 2 support renegade abilities and make sure my team
I need these colors to stop flashing. I need a white. A little better. A little bit there. Let's see once I get more hard sleeved. Who's that Clive though?
In this mode, we have non-regen.
Oh, good.
So things like that Revitalize renegade ability are really going to come in handy to be like, we need
Anyway.
to break and heal. Let's pop over here to some safety.
Oh god.
Anyone can build into that if that's what they want. You know, we have things like vehicles that you can pull in or you can call down from your ship. So that's one thing. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, well, before we get to the ship, actually, let's talk a little bit more about the health mechanics in here. Because we had this in some previous activities.
Yeah, this was in Nether.
Feedback on like how much
I kind of liked it. I thought it was neat and interesting.
in this activity, as you're going through, there are some pots.
It made me appreciate more things like a heal clip.
If you want to talk a little bit more about it.
We took Nether as a base, but I'd say this is a little bit more forgiving. The way that health works is, you've got a large pool of health. It does not regenerate at the top level, but if you get down to 0, it will regenerate to the base shield, so you're going to suffer the red flashing screen. And you can either use a normal sandbox like a rift, a healing, a support weapon. You can crack open these pots that have those little healing orbs you can see on the screen to get some of your health back. Or you can use things like Revitalize and like build your renegade abilities into kind of dealing with those kind of challenges we're putting in front of you. And one thing that I really like about this mode is like we've got expert, master, grandmaster, and on grandmaster you're really gonna need to use all these abilities that kind of like coordinate with your teammates and kind of build a loadout to kind of conquer the challenges we put in front of you.
Awesome. Yeah, so going back to, you had mentioned the ship when we're using our renegade abilities. And I think earlier, outside of the Vex Dome, there was kind of like an airstrike that happened too.
Yeah, we have a strafing run that you can upgrade, and your ship, the one that you have customized and put your shader on, will fly through the arena and drop bombs.
Oh my god.
And as I upgrade this, it gets more and more devastating until it is, beyond any of the supers we have in the game. It's incredible. There's another one that is the Cabal drop pod.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
If you're familiar with the Cabal drop pod, it is this giant metal ball that slams into the ground. And in this case, it is almost like a supply drop because it's full of ammo.
Oh,
it's also
nice.
Anything under us, and it does incredible damage. Not only that, but it will damage you and your teammates. So you got to be careful.
It will delete them.
Yeah, just you got to be careful where you drop it.
Defensive supply drop.
Yeah, but
Classic drop pods.
turn it around on them.
dropping balls on people's head.
We've had you kind of sitting quiet over there. I'd love to talk about the blasters that our players have been using. So in the Vidoc, we're talking about the balanced blaster and the dynamic blaster. Can you break down each, just a quick review of each, and then we can talk through some of the reload mechanics?
Yep, sure. So yeah, we have two sets of blasters, or two different kinds of blasters. The dynamics are like more aggressive, harder hitting, faster rate of fire, generally punch above their weight class.
I wonder if
a little bit harder to manage.
this is a sidearm or if it's a hand cannon.
Rain of bullets, like I'm just gonna unload on a big pack of stuff and like really have like a deep mag.
Cool. And what you can see on screen right here, these are going to be all the blasters that you can get from running our Lost Frontier activity, and then we'll actually have a slate of blasters that you can earn through the dungeon, which we'll talk a little bit about later.
Ooh, we hear more about the dungeon.
So really balancing blasters and bringing them into Destiny as a new kind of weapon type. I would love to hear what were the challenges, what was fun in developing those things with the team.
Absolutely, yeah. So like one of the things that was in the Vidoc was kind of finding the balance of like how much Star Wars versus how much Destiny we wanted on these things, and it was a collaborative effort with basically everybody on the team. These were...
Yeah, this is just the man of it, the lands.
But it was like a big effort on...
So thick.
...audio to really sell the experience of using...
I hope I can still fit this in the box, even though I want to... I want to see what it looks like with these on them.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, since we're on the...
I have used before.
Our Guardian right now is using the new Praxic Blade.
I put one on Vivi, but I want to see what it looks like when I get there.
Be all developed for this, and this can be Tom and Bjorn talk to it. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So you're gonna get the Praxic Blade by collaborating with Anor throughout the campaign. She's gonna like deem you worthy of earning it. You'll go on a cool little quest that I don't want to spoil to earn one for yourself, and then post campaign. You're going to unlock the ability to customize it. You're going to be able to change out your dark matter crystals and change the color of the blade to match your personality. And you're going to be able to change a bunch of different mods and gameplay elements, right?
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can kind of swap.
I want to know how customizable this thing is.
Where we have forms, cores, mods, and 4 different catalysts on it. And the
4 catalysts?
Like how you can get ammo back and give you some damage bonuses based off of different gameplay styles. And the cores let you apply subclass verbs to a different
Ooh.
what the weapon does, depending on something that matches your subclass. So like you can add sever to like the saber throw, or something else. Like we can.
I might use that with the renewals.
Jolting.
Yeah, it creates these really cool combos where I am strike, I'm throwing to debuff enemies, and then getting it back and striking again.
Yeah, and during a couple of our trial runs with this, you were talking about there are some animations and different combos in your melee structure, right?
Yeah. So there's like a 3 or 4 hit combo you can do where you will end it with like a big spinny move that's like very thematic. Almost kind of like how the Arc Staff has like the little hidden combo there.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I did want to call out, we also saw the Renegade ability, the turret that we have. It is called the Piker Mortar, and it is...
Piker Mortar.
Like, it is... it has crazy range, crazy damage, and is a really...
Oh god, I need to
this thing out to manage this...
rebind the Renegade ability is something I just realized.
Yeah, no, so as we're coming to the end of this activity, I'd love to...
Can I put in a mouse button? I'm gonna try doing that.
As you're going into the Lawless Frontier, it's our activity, but also kind of like the feel of this experience. And there's a turf war going on. I know Robbie in a previous stream was talking about the turf war a bit, but Tom, if you could expand on that and how that sets up this activity.
Sure. So in the end game, the syndicates are in this kind of ongoing turf war across Mars, Venus, and Europa, and you can kind of take it.
You didn't see that?
By taking on their contracts that they offer and kind of winning out the day for them. But in doing so, you can extract maximum power, profits, rewards from them, and you can take anything you earn.
These off to the side.
Jobs, and completing these priority contracts they offer. You can go back to the social space. You can. They each have their own reward track.
The rest of these sleeved up, and then
the Tharsis Reformation.
really set these all off to the side.
Weapons to unlock, new abilities, upgrades for those abilities, some elements or mods for the Praxic Blade, and a whole bunch of other things like some shaders too, so you can kind of like rep your favorite syndicate on your armor, which is.
Yeah, I pulled this. I didn't even realize.
It's definitely one of the.
At the time, it was a $50 card.
One of the most cohesive and deepest modes.
Like late one night, I was thinking, man, I'm about to spend $50 on a Wanchi Tong.
Game modes within it, into the social space.
Little did I realize I pulled one and forgot about it.
Back all the layers and maybe get into some.
It's just in the binder with everything else I pulled from Avatar so far.
We've defeated the boss that we were hunting down for a bounty hunt. And this portion of the activity is kind of emblematic of we're in a lawless frontier that's dangerous. Even after you've finished your objective, now it looks like you got to fight your way out.
Yeah, so every job in the lawless frontier, in this case bounty hunt, like it escalates over time. So it gets harder the longer you go. So there's real pressure to get in, do your objective, and get out. Just so like right now we're in the exfil. This is the final moments of the activity. You send up a flare, you call your ship in. The Cabal are pouring down on you here. You're throwing out your renegade abilities, and you're just trying to survive until your ship gets there. In this case, each of the 3 jobs, bounty hunt, smuggle, and sabotage, have their own unique mechanic. So for bounty hunt, you have to take out these 3 mini bosses, which we call retaliators here.
Oh, okay. I can get down with that.
Our team is fighting their way out. We actually.
This is roughly half the deck. I kind of wasn't counting.
Reward pass in Destiny 2 Renegades. I believe we have a preview that we can share. But Bjorndal, if you could give a quick overview of our
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the Service of Luzaku. It's a very unique machine gun.
It's already about as thick as the normal deck.
Romancer, Broodweaver theme where you turn nests of threadlings that you can like shoot and then spawn more.
There.
To control like a space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Threadlings just got a buff, correct?
Threadlings.
Yeah, and sorry, so to segue more appropriately, over the last few weeks we've been doing a series of blog articles with y'all on the Sandbox team talking about the core game updates coming to Destiny 2 available to all players. So we have a lot of quality of life changes that are coming to your supers, your subclass abilities, all that kind of stuff that we just previewed yesterday. One of which,
I don't remember what they were. I only really remember one being a Blade Barrage buff. Oh yeah, that too.
Quality of life upgrade that allows you to dodge attacks, get into cover, close the gap while you're casting your ability. Works really well with the new Warlock exotic as well. So there are, if you haven't seen
Yeah, that's part of the reason I always tend to slide. Going in the rifts just to kind of move. I'm doing it.
Yeah, we saw some feedback with the exotic tuning article. Hunters were like, "Sure, wait, I want to see more." Which in the future we will definitely have more. But in the abilities
preview, talk about the future, but we can't. But because there's a lot of exciting hunter stuff that we are.
So with the abilities updates for hunters, Golden Gun got a pass.
Yeah, so Golden Gun.
I saw that too.
More damage and now scorches on impact. We fixed an issue where you had to step outside of your well to get full damage.
Oh my god.
Outside of that, we saw in the gameplay gunpowder gamble. If you throw it and you shoot it before it explodes naturally, it does more damage, more radius.
Still not gonna use GPG, I'll be honest. Not my cup of tea.
We need to cover the Titan changes for Sentinel. Yeah, the bit.
Yeah, Sentinel Shield. We're excited about this one. So Sentinel Shield is getting a shift a little bit.
A bit of a rework, right?
Ooh.
Rework.
Yeah, okay.
Great, and we want to provide something that is kind of on par with well, as far as like what am I going to take into a raid to support my team. So in Renegades, your Sentinel Shield, as you're holding it up, your allies behind your shield are going to auto reload.
Oh.
So if you can fire at the right time, you can just like rocket. So it is like the
I can get down with that.
Increase is big. Not only that, but as I guard my enemies and the shield takes damage, I'm charging this bar up that charges up my shield throw, and at full charge, that shield throw is going to do Thunder Crash level damage. which, depending on how players use it, maybe you even get 2 of those out of a single super. Like it's strong.
Oh my god, I want to see that with Ursa's.
To provide that power fantasy to players. I think this era of Destiny is like fun first.
Yeah.
We want players to have a great time and feel overpowered.
I'm gonna hold you to it. Yeah, I honestly can't wait. But yeah, so we finished our activity, our first run of the Lawless Frontier. Now we're gonna go to another. And Tom, you had mentioned invasions earlier in the stream, and this is going to be our opportunity to show a little bit of that, flavor. We're going to look at some of the UI in the orbit screens and our new Hollow.
All right.
And then we're going to show what it is to be invaded.
I've never seen the
activity type
orbit screen. It looked really good.
Invasion,
Even though we really noticed the colors.
Take on that kind of familiar mechanic here in Renegades, and we want players that kind of take on the role of a bounty hunter working for the syndicates, tracking down these renegades that are messing up their operations, taking out their commanders.
Yeah, this is what I saw.
And so you get to be kind of play on the other side. You get to play on the opposition. So you have all of the enemy combatants on the field. You can kind of wade in amongst them and pick and choose the strategic moment where you want to kind of like lash out at these players and like steal their bounty.
Yeah.
And
So how do you launch into this?
So here's the holo map, just for everybody. This is kind of a standard interface for the Lawless Frontier. This is how you access the social space, all of our jobs, and then in the end game we unlock the yellow node, which is invasion, and the red node, which is the contested territory. So we can take a look at the contested node here. This is where every day the syndicates are fighting over one of the maps on each of the planets, and you can kind of, as a defender, kind of throw in your pledge to the side you want to fight for. But these are invadable nodes. So one thing I want to highlight is that invasion is opt-in. It's not a requirement. So if players don't want to deal with PvP, they can do like an expert difficulty for this, or they can just go to any of these other nodes on the map here that aren't invadable. But for the priority, the contested node on the highest difficulties, like that's where the highest rewards are. That's where the invasion is. Now on the other side, if you're an invader, you don't need to worry about the nodes. You can just go to the invasion node. You need to have.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Which are so you earn by playing by just playing Lawless Frontier. You'll just accumulate them. And one interesting wrinkle here is you can actually wager those for additional rewards. So if we go to the little pane here on the side, there's these things. There's the death marks. You can interact with them 2 or 3 times to double and triple your rewards. Which obviously you're taking on some risk here. If you go do an invasion and it doesn't go your way, you could lose those tokens. But I think a lot of players are going to want to do this because they can just get triple rewards on each invasion, which is really exciting. And on the other side, for people being invaded, if you take the invader down, you're going to get more time on the clock. You're going to get some revives back, and every time you kill an invader, they have the chance to drop extractables, which are rewards you can dunk at the end of the activity to get bonus armor, weapons.
I wonder if you have revives as being an invader.
To our gameplay team.
Yep.
But while we're loading in, let's talk about what is the actual kind of approach to invasions. What are the objectives aside from seeking out guardians and destroying them?
Yeah. So as an invader, you're gonna start in the ready room, which we're gonna show in a minute here. You're gonna pick your loadout, like what's the right renegade abilities. And we've seen in playtest, there's like a lot of different fun combos here. Like, are you gonna bring in the deflector shield, and then like the other team's gonna drop one, and then you're fighting on the Venn diagram of the deflector shield. So are you gonna just be a little more brute force and drop a behemoth and like kind of like, but try to be sneaky about it? And that's pretty hard to be sneaky in a giant walker, but you want to pick those moments as the invader, because your goal here is to get 6 kills or 3 kills and 3 crests. Like you've got 6 points you need to get. You've got about 5 minutes to do it. You've got 3 lives.
Okay.
You've got just enough time to really kind of like get in there, see where they are, kind of like rotate around, and then do a surgical strike, and then try to get them all in one go. And if you're lucky, you can do that, but you've got a few chances. And on the other side, they're going to know you're there. They're going to see that there's an invader on the field, but they're also trying to juggle the objectives on their side.
I'm gonna tell you there's an invader, I wonder.
Activity, it's going to happen, right? So it could happen early on, it could happen later.
Yep.
But only happens once per.
Only
activity.
once.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Cool. And then one of the fun dynamics here too is playing the waiting game. You can instill a little bit of anxiety in that team you're invading. So you don't have to hop in immediately and go guns blazing. You can wait until they're at a pivotal moment where they're like, "Where's this guy?
Yeah,
What's
wait
going to
until
happen?
they fight the boss.
It's been 3 minutes. Where are
Wait
they?"
until someone breaks in to go find a chest.
Yeah. Oh man. So
I have
in terms of balancing as well, are there any?
I have a card down here.
Invaders
Trying to
at their disposal, or
Latin.
the renegade abilities.
2 extra is not bad.
So invaders will have, some amount of super, no heavy, and
It's 1 extra in each.
the PvE, the defender players just
Alright,
have
let's-
a little bit of an idea where to go, and they can use that knowledge.
Oh my
to
god.
Plan their initial attack.
Cool. Yeah, and it's been
I have a single sleeve deck
been going through this in the different cycles.
right here.
Use that invader because it's a 1v4. In this, because you have the chaos of the lawless frontier and all that kind of stuff. Like you want it to be tilted a little bit because it's 1v3, but also you want to make sure if players are opting into this, they still have a fighting chance.
Yeah.
So.
And there's also the element of the non-regenerating health, which is a larger health pool, right? We've tuned it so it's more or less the same TTKs or time to kills as you have in Crucible, but players don't regenerate health, so you kind of have to take that into.
This is the Vivi.
Yeah, when you're
there's some attrition.
Took out a whole set of sleeves. This could be so thick.
Attention.
We have our invader in their ready room. Let's talk about their shank buddy here.
Yeah, here's our little shank buddy. You want to speak to any of these abilities there?
Yeah, so we have 9 renegade abilities here. Huge shout out to Cat Sayers and the rest of the tech design team for all their work on these. Yeah, I mean, it looks like right now we got Nate picking the Imperium Behemoth and the Drop Pod, but yeah, there's a variety of ones to choose from. We got multiple. We have
I wonder if he drop pod a
each of those
deflector bubble.
different functionality.
Yeah, and the Behemoth has like 3 or 4 versions of it.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, there's like missiles and.
Oh no 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 no.
Our invader has started. It looks like moving toward our targets and preparing to throw that coin. So you can see there they clicked that right stick, and that is going to.
He's in here.
Ready the ability. They then throw the ability and just drop the drop pod to get some heavy ammo. Yeah. So need some heavy ammo to go into battle.
And Tom,
That off the side.
Popping in here before the stream.
I got pomegranate and gold.
And how, as an invader, the first few runs you might
I
feel.
kind of looked at these a little bit and I thought they looked really nice.
You get more acquainted with Gamba or Venus or Mars. You can find other paths to get into the combat, right?
Yeah, these are some of our bigger maps we built. They're more comparable to like our larger public spaces that we built in Destiny. And again, there's 6 of them. And
A little shiny, kind of like a purplish,
as these PvE players
purplish red. Oh.
Vader just wiped one out with the Thunder Crash and tried to hide and throw out the beacon for the
Walker.
The Walker, yeah, or the Imperial Behemoth as we call it. But then got needle stormed right before they could jump into it. That was incredible.
All right.
Strategic moments of like, how do I put the chess pieces down? How do I?
That didn't feel as bad.
Because they invalidated that beacon right before they could use it, so the timing was impeccable.
Oh man.
Thick.
Oh boy, what was I just talking about? The size of the maps. Yeah, in rewards, I wanted to ask really quick too. So as you're wagering, you add more and more. Is there like a cap? Is it double the amount of rewards, or do you have?
It goes up to triple. So each additional death mark you put down is will double or triple it.
Here we go.
Try again.
Here we go.
Jump in. We're already taking a lot of damage.
And the more
I don't know if he's gonna do it. Oh, he bailed.
Oh my god.
Did I get him? Who got who?
Oh, we had so many conversations leading into this of like, hey, we need to make sure Nate hold back a little bit. And now I think one of our gameplay folks is just like, oh, Nate, you're mine.
deleted.
Yeah.
No, going back to rewards, the better you do as an invader, the more rewards you're going to get. So each kill, each crest on the scoreboard equals more rewards. And then
Is he at 3 right now? That.
Cool. All right.
That was last revive.
You said 3 lives.
3 lives, and then you can see up at the top of the screen it says invader present still. So they're
oh, he's coming back for revenge.
Oh.
Down. With the 3.
I'm never gonna let Nate lose.
with the 3-coin wager too, or the 3 Denmark wager.
He made a little bit there.
Good job.
So that'll be. I'm gonna put a little elbow in the ribs. The gambit you're taking. Ha 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 ha. So
Oh god.
some Renegades content, rewards, all that kind of stuff. I would love to shift focus a little bit to our general rewards update. So in the portal, in a bunch of
Oh, come on.
we're going to have some new weapons that we're offering. We also have an armor refresh for a bunch of our activities. And Bjorn, I'm going to put the spotlight on you.
I want to see these
Our Vanguard sort of armor set. This is going to be earned through
armor set perks.
and our new Arena Ops activity, which is bringing back 6-player activities to our portal, which is really exciting. It's going to be kind of like your militaristic, hey, I'm a grunt. I'm getting in there. I'm fighting the dark forces. The weapons, Bjorn.
God, this is so annoying.
We have a new pulse rifle.
Work with me.
It's a new arc rocket frame pulse rifle, so you have an energy slot option now to go with your min retrograde. A lot of excellent perks on here. I know a lot of people love the arc perks and weapons, and now you'll have it on a rocket pulse.
And then we have a fusion rifle and a sidearm.
Yep.
Correct? Cool. And then we do have some weapons that we're not showing in this stream, so stay tuned.
Come on.
But next up, we're going to have our Pinnacle Ops. So
Always had sleeves throughout.
it was a kind of streetwear samurai, and this armor theme is
Kendo.
Oh,
We have
that's nice.
new weapons that I know players have been pretty excited about.
Oh.
Some new perk combinations, but also a new heavy crossbow.
Yeah, so this is a new Void crossbow to go to kind of fill out our elements for the crossbow now, and I think this one can get box breathing.
Ooh, that's fun.
Pretty good for what crossbows do.
Oh boy. So box breathing, aim down sight, get extra damage, and then run up to the enemy. Box breathing doesn't apply to Serrated Edge, but you pull the bolt back out and do some more damage. That'll be a fun loot. Next up, Crucible. So this armor set is actually pretty fun. Over the years, we've done thematic sets tied to weapon foundries. So Hake, you've seen Tex Mechanica, and now Suros is up to bat for the Crucible, and Shax is going to be handing these out.
Oh, it's that hand cannon. I can't think of the name of it.
Fusion Rifle is a returning favorite, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, Riptide's coming back. We have.
Oh, we got Riptide? I didn't even see Riptide, I'll be honest.
And Impact machine gun.
Awesome. And then let's see, last but not
It was 10 cards.
Cyrus. So another offering for our PvP audience.
This is wild.
Allied players may have seen this armor set yesterday. A little preview, totally planned. But yeah, we have a new armor set for each class, and as you can see, coming back with the glows. So as you get more wins on your card, you can unlock gold or red or blue. And then we have some new weapons that are coming as well.
Yeah, like this lightweight Void pulse rifle with your favorite model.
I admit, since the set came out on the moon, Eris, all the crufty bits on it, cleaning it up, having...
It is a nice looking set.
Lightweight. Chef's
I
kiss.
do wish they used it a little less, though.
I believe also we have a preview of a hand cannon. Now, one of our folks on the gameplay team over here was whispering in my ear day by day, night by night, that these rolls are going to be a bit juiced, right?
Yes, yeah, this is a pretty juiced hand cannon. It's got perks for both PvE, PvP, to Strand 140. You can get stuff like long precision instrument or slice explosive payload. So you have
That's fun.
options to pick both PvE and PvP.
Awesome. Yeah, and across all of our activity types, we're trying to sprinkle out some things that players will get excited about. Not just, oh, I'm going to go into PvE to get the PvE gun. Like, there are some PvP roles out there that you can get from your Fireteam Ops. There's some PvE roles that you can get from Trials. And that doesn't even cover what we have coming in the dungeon, too. Before we do a little dungeon teaser, I do have a quick announcement as well as we're rolling through the list. We have an open access week that's coming on December 2nd. So for any folks out there that haven't played The Edge of Fate, that is actually going to be included in this open access week. So if your friends haven't played, if you haven't played, hop in, check out the beginning of our saga, and earn some cool loot on the way. It's available to all players for that week.
I wonder if they get to keep the loot or if they gotta buy
and other. So
the expansion after the access week is gone.
we want to talk about the dungeon. So Equilibrium. This is going to be our new dungeon. The race begins on December 13th at 10 a.m. So that's the second Saturday. We've already announced the time, but if you haven't penned it in, if you haven't gotten your fire team together, get ready for contest mode. For those that don't know what contest mode is,
I wish I had friends to do this with, honestly. I think it'd be fun.
to be a very difficult difficulty tuned for competition. So if you want to go and try to be the world's first completion, this is your place to shine. And if you win world first, we have a cool trophy or some goodies for you.
I kind of remember the trophy. I don't remember what it looked like.
For the first 2 days, 48 hours of the dungeon availability, you can earn a really spicy emblem and some cool stuff as you go through that. And after world first has been declared, we will also have normal mode. So if you want to give a pass on some of that harder difficulty content, you just want to dive in.
Quarter of the deck.
What's on offer? That'll be there for you. Before we move on, we actually have a fun trailer to show. We can go ahead and roll it.
6. Everything you've shown me, I've made real. I've modeled a new Imperium to snuff out the light. My violence is yours.
Oh, the missteps not wanting to work with me. Always the counter magic.
Comes next. Give me strength. Take everything I have.
I wasn't paying attention to what it called. Equilibrium, is that what it said?
Welcome back. So watching that trailer, I just realized we actually missed something with Invasions. We were talking about the Praxic Blade and customization.
Mm-hmm.
There are different saber colors, correct?
Yeah, there's a wide variety of classic colors that I think players are going to have fun chasing down throughout the end game and maybe even Invasion.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, we showed it on the screen. Red, Invasions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay, moving right along, ending out our show, we're going to be covering what is going on through the end of the year. So, during the launch window, we'll have some really cool things coming around. Vanguard orders are coming in week 2, and then after that, we're going to have the Dawning returning. So, this is our winter celebration, our event.
I remember what the gun was coming
Play some activities,
with this.
rewards, and bake cookies for their.
Oh, a grenade launcher. That's fun.
So, Tom, just a really.
Is that a sidearm?
Description
Rocket sidearm?
What the Dawning is.
Yes.
Right there.
Slay our enemies. You collect them as ingredients, and then you bake them into delicious treats you feed to your friends in the tower, like Zavala, and he's just got thousands of Galar-doodles raining down.
It is.
And he gives you a gift in return.
What do we not have? We have.
A spicy weapon roll.
We don't have a stasis one?
There's some other pursuits and get this totally cool Winter Wolf armor.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Drifter is outside, like, ooh, you're putting enemies into the cookies? But, yeah.
It's totally a Drifter thing.
Right. The Winter Wolf set, this is going to be available for Bright Dust just by playing the game, or if you want to snag it from Eververse for silver, go right on ahead. But also on top of this project, we have new weapons that are going to be a part of the Dawning.
Yeah, so we have a burst linear fusion rifle, a grenade launcher, and a precision sidearm. And then also with this excellent new.
I guess it's a precision.
It's like covered in ice, and then as you fire, it'll slowly melt away the ice. That's cool.
Oh, perfect. All right. Oh, and sorry, I have one correction being whispered in my ear. Dungeon race starts at 9 a.m. Daylight savings time strikes again.
Gets us every time.
Every time. Oof. So with that Dawning preview over, we are at the end of our show. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us today. As I said earlier, it has been a monumental effort. A ton of folks throughout the team have been crafting this experience, collaborating with Lucasfilm Games, and really just making something for you, our players. And we really, really hope you enjoy it. So thank you for coming. We're going to kick it back to our launch trailer here in case you missed it at the top. And again, it is the Vidoc launch trailer.
I don't know where to go to after this.
Stick around. We're going to be handing it off to one of our Leopard Stealth, a friend to us for many ages, a guardian of all time. But also, I don't believe he
we love Leopard.
04, I've been told. So, 04 or bust. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time.
You when I gotta do this?
You were supposed to.
Oh my god.
Not rule them.
I'll remember what I'm at on this one.
The time of guardians as shepherds of humanity is over.
20. Oh.
I've been waiting so long for this. Dredge and hope.
They've shown me a vision I can't shake. New cabal, the Barrent Imperium, sprung up out of nowhere across the system. That doesn't just happen. It's the Nine, and I'm putting together a crew to prove it. What do you say, weapon?
Boogie.
Welcome to the new Mars. Now the only law on Tharsis is the gun on your hip and the light in your hands. You'll do well here. I don't relish doing business with these leeches. But we need to find out what the Dredgen are after.
Throwing cards.
You crave justice. Why die for a criminal?
Why do you hate your own kind so much? It's time to take the fight.
This is half the deck. A lot of card. Per card. Okay, I'm gonna pause that. It is okay. I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna go to next. Go to Cross's video, this one.
Listen, fellas.
Cross.
We could get caught up on theatrics of whether or not I lied or told the truth, what even is a lie. I don't want to log.
Oh god, not Savathun again.
Quite frank, it doesn't even matter. What matters right now is the real reason why you're here. You want to know, is Destiny 2 actually saved? And is Renegades the expansion to save it?
I don't think it is. I remember watching Fruit's video. It was kind of... He was kind of mixed.
NDA breaking shit that I'm about to share with you. That is probably not going to pass the sniff test from Bungie. I'm just going to be clear. This will probably not pass. Well, about 15 minutes of this video just got cut. For good reason. NDAs exist. And I have a tendency to spill the beans at times. And again, we have to get approval for all these, so it's not like I could sneak something in. With that being said, though, we are going to talk about Renegades, but I just want you to know that there's hope. That's what I want you to know first.
I'm hoping that leak was right and there's D3 in production.
Of hope.
Or in development.
Use your imagination. I want you to think about to yourself what would give you hope in Destiny. And then I want you to go to the top of that umbrella and choose the thing that would give you the most hope. So just ponder upon that. As we talk about Renegades, ponder on hope. So I know this intro is very long-winded. Most of you are probably here because you just want to see what the hell Renegades is bringing to the table. Let me just say, guys, this is the first time Bungie's ever done something like this. Not only is this just a collaboration, it is an entire expansion themed in that collaboration. So for this case, it's a Star Wars inspired expansion. Now, this is one of two. So as you know, instead of us getting one big annual expansion in a single year, we now get two. And let me just say,
I didn't even think about that. This is only half what we're getting next year.
Felt just in my few days of playing it, felt way more dense than what Edge of Fate was. And we're going to get into, you know, essentially the factions, the replayability, the gameplay loop, some of the gear, although we're going to have dedicated videos on gear, all the exotics, all the weapons, all that jazz.
Oh, actually.
But I also...
I guess that's the case. I want to... This.
We have have gone on the record to say multiple times that in order for Renegades to ever even be considered a success, this lightsaber, aka the Praxic Blade, has gotta pop. Guys, I'm here to tell you, everything about this lightsaber exceeded my expectations. This is one of the best weapons you will ever use in all of Destiny. It has multiple forms, multiple combat styles, multiple light blade crystals, which unfortunately I cannot show, but yes, you've even seen the black saber from the trailer itself. It quite literally clears every other sword I have ever used in Destiny. And listen, I know I'm hyping this up right now, but fellas, just take a look at this clip.
Okay, at least I get one shot in PvP. I feel bad for all the PvP people if it could.
Us Titans are eating good, man. Today, guys, we are going to be going over this exotic. Now, no, this is not the dungeon exotic. And despite what people were saying, at any of these playtests, capture sessions, summons, whatever you want to call it, no one is allowed to play things like the dungeon or the raid, any of like the in-game stuff. This is purely content that you are going to be experiencing day one. As for this exotic, though, we will have to wait until the exotic mission releases. Now, let me just say, guys, you're in for a trippy time. But upon completing that exotic mission, you will then gain access to the Praxic Blade. And just like the rest of our exotics that come from exotic missions, this weapon is craftable. Now, I cannot fully show you all the details to the Praxic Blade, but let me just say, guys, there are more options here present on this sword, this weapon, than a multitude of other exotics combined. It is insane how much thought has been put into this blade. But let's just
I hope this LED goes on fine.
talk about. First up, it comes with the exotic trait Ranged Weapon, which reads right mouse click press to throw your Praxic blade, which will seek out multiple targets. Attacking recalls the blade while it is in flight. Now you can hold to perform a more powerful throw, sending the blade on a
Last quarter of the deck.
of your aim, releasing the button
-1.
blade. Now, as you can see here, the range on the saber goes pretty far and can easily wipe out multiple enemies in a single throw, with each hitting right here for 1,514 damage against red bars here in the shooting range. Then you can also hold the throw button down, which will do a more powerful throw, which doubles our damage to this red bar here at 3,028. However, this heavy throw only goes in a straight line. It doesn't seem to have as much reach as a normal throw. Now, the heavy throw is definitely more suited for wanting to hit a single target. Also, one thing to keep in mind as we go through these damage numbers, there's going to be a lot of different factors on the sword that can increase or decrease our damage.
Jesus.
At this point, but throughout this review, think of these numbers as more
This sword.
not exactly a one-to-one with each other. There's a lot of things Bungie's keeping under embargo that we cannot talk about with this blade. But let me just say, the customization is crazy. There are multiple
Is that a new bow or?
forms directly affects your.
I wonder.
Now, in terms of ammo consumption for these throw attacks, both the base and the more powerful throw seems to consume just about 3 special ammo, which is really good. Essentially putting it in line
I like that.
with swords. Now, this brings us to the other exotic perk on the weapon. We have Cormorant Combo, which reads that after 3 rapid light melee attacks, quickly press your heavy attack to execute a heavy melee combo. Now, this is going to be your more traditional way of using a sword. Testing this against a boss, we have 3 light attacks, which each deal 423 damage, and then we follow up with a heavy attack, which deals multiple damage numbers, giving us a total of 2,305. Again, very solid for a sword, much less a special ammo sword. Now, in terms of ammo economy, again, each light attack here consumes 1 special ammo, but beautifully,
So much flashing too.
attack doesn't consume special ammo at all. So you're
Oh.
actually incentivized to go through with the combo. But this takes us to our next exotic trait for the sword, and that's Cormorant Reversal. While guarding, this sword converts incoming projectiles into bolts that reflect to where you're aiming. Now, testing this here against some red bars in the shooting range, blocking and deflecting their bolts back was dealing around 391 damage, pretty much instantly killing them. And against a boss target, it was deflecting for 202 damage. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering, does this work with our Titan Exotic Strongholds. Yes, it does.
Oh god.
Arguably the best I have ever seen with any other sword. The synergy between Strongholds and Praxic Blade was meant for each other.
Titans are eating good.
That it maximizes our guard stat on equipped swords. You take reduced damage while blocking with a sword, rapidly damaging targets. After blocking shots,
What's that guard down the Praxic Blade?
the number of shots blocked. Listen, I lived, some would even say crutched, on Strongholds throughout all of Heresy. If you remember back then, we were using our Strand Sword, we had Unraveling Rounds.
I debated on playing Titans just to
And yes, you can essentially
mess around with this, honestly.
But that combo was really only good because the artifact mods allowed it to be as such. Praxic Blade here is good all on its own, with the ability to reflect damage in itself, and to be able to do so in a means that's predictable, meaning you can actually point the reticle at the target and reflect damage directly.
I'm gonna try. Is this card actually gonna be coming in and out
You can even amp
of the sleeve?
Banner of War, which increases the damage of those reflected shots. Yes, you can even still stand behind a Storm's Keep barricade, gain stacks of bolt charge, and that reflected damage will proc.
Oh my god.
Those targets. I seriously cannot express just how strong this combination is. I ran a
Come on.
ultimate difficulty inside Terminus, pretty much blocking the
That
entire
was much better.
risk of dying while still maintaining offensive capabilities. And while Strongholds has always been a tanky powerhouse, it is lacked in its offensive capabilities. Praxic Blade eradicates that issue. Now granted, yes, your screen is shaking like crazy. You can hardly see what's going on in front of you. You brother. Even the activity that Pure Chill and I were running together, which was very difficult, Pure did end up dying. We lost all of our revives, not at a fault of his own. It was just a very challenging activity, and the only reason why I got through it was because I blocked my way to victory. Guys, the customization on Praxic Blade is truly endless, and there's so much more that I wish I could show you, but for the time being, that is still locked away under embargo. All I can say is just watch the gameplay you're seeing in front of you, and I think some of you may notice some interesting things happening. All of this has to do with the different combinations of blade.
Where put that other? There it is.
Weapon mods and multiple exotic catalysts, which
Yeah. God. 5 sleeves extra.
yeah, and a ton of crystal options, literally allowing you to change Praxic Blade to whatever you want. Now, if you're sitting there scratching your head saying, Cross, I don't want a sword, I'm here to play a first-person shooter, I do want to tempt you with one more thing. The artifact synergy this season is one of the best I have ever seen for a sword. There is a artifact mods here from Combination Argent Blade. It states that briefly pause after executing a light attack, then follow it up with a light or heavy attack to empower your sword for a short time to get bonus damage and charge rate. There's Singularity Blade, where while you have a void elemental buff, melee and sword hit,
Look how chonky that is.
final blows create a weakening.
Even fits in this still.
Unstoppable champions with repose, but it's those column.
Oh god, I don't think I can.
So good. Introducing.
I'll be so sad if I can't.
The Mega Bonk Artifact Perk. Sword Storm combo. Performing 3 sword line attacks, followed by a heavy attack, summons penumbral blades that surround you to damage and disorient combatants. Sword Final Blows extends the duration of these penumbral blades. Fellas, this works with the Praxic Blade here, which actually works beautifully with the exotic itself.
Oh my god.
The light attack combo into your heavy attack is the perfect execution, but with this artifact mod, you're getting.
We can get these in if I just slide them in slowly.
Very nice, guys. Again, something straight out of Mega Bonk here. And I
Oh no.
with Void Infestation, which states defeating a weakened
I think I got some of these the wrong way.
projectile that weakens other targets. All of these things, guys, beautifully synergized with this weapon. And I know the majority
I did.
of you has been speaking from the perspective of a Titan playing with Strongholds. But keep in mind, guys, the new Hunter Exotic, Fortune's Favor, is going to beautifully synergize with this sword. Not only does Kismet grant us a damage buff, but it also gives us an overshield. And again, guys, if you haven't checked out our exotic armor review, highly advise you check that out. But the reason why I bring this up is for the Praxic.
It's not looking good.
Notice that artifact mod down there in that 4th column, Singularity Blade. While you have a void element buff, melee and sword.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's pretty good. Nice. Yeah, no.
So again, yes, you could take advantage.
I'm still missing
Titan or even Warlock, but that new Hunter Exotic with a great
10 cards. swords.
Constant uptime of overshield, you'll be able to take full advantage of Singularity Blade. So needless to say, guys, the synergy is all laid out there right in front of us.
I'm not gonna be able to use this new nice tech box I got with this, man.
Guys are really going to like Praxic Blade. Now, what about PvP? PvP, of course, is a bit scary, primarily because blocking doesn't really work when the opposing Guardian has a shotgun. You pretty much just get instantly pooped on. However, we did an entire match of swords versus swords, and I gotta say, guys, I enjoyed myself a lot. I never thought there would be a day where I was running around as Darth Vader with my red lightsaber. It's a good time, and yes, there are gonna be people that make plays with it, and it's pretty much an instant. I tried blocks with it with strongholds. With you, strongholds is just not as effective inside of PvP. But for the sword itself, though,
Can I
around the
get in like this? Okay.
restriction there, as I think it's very much some. If you can get around that, though, it pops off, man.
Throw it upside down.
It kills. You could throw it.
It is.
Rock the artifact mod and get those blades all around you, and it makes for some pretty interesting fights there. And I'm actually really curious to see how Bungie ships this out with its own ammo content.
Oh no.
There is a world in which running around with the Praxic outside of Crucible is actually an effective strategy. And let me just
So it's just
this thing is so
I dented the top a little bit.
I was just getting absolutely pummeled in a Rumble match. But toward the end, we actually started to snowball there a bit, and man, it was really feeling good to use. Granted, this is Destiny.
Okay.
Right away. So guys,
This is just kind of for me.
We'll be looking at this story more once we get the full release. What I will say is that the weapon itself is so much fun, and I truly believe it had to be. It needs to be a very good weapon, arguably the best sword in the game.
Oh, come on.
A lightsaber. For some people, it's the biggest selling point to Renegades. And I'm pleased to tell you guys that Praxic Blade went above and beyond my expectations.
All right, let's go.
Thank you all for coming.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.
Okay. Back to this.
At the stage, which I think is the strongest point to this expansion. And
I see how these triple sleeves go.
Madison has done a very, very good job. And despite what Edge of Fate may have been in terms of its final reviews, we can all agree that the story for it was pretty solid. And I would argue and say Renegades exceeds that on every level. Now, I'm going to walk you through kind of what's happening here with Renegades, the new destination, which is called Lawless Frontier. It is a little bit different than what we experience in Edge of Fate. And
Now that is... I really want to focus, unfortunately. That is good. We have thick deck.
other expansions, as there isn't necessarily one big destination you can explore, but rather there are 3 destinations. You heard that right. 3. That being Mars, Venus, and Europa, which contains the main activities for Renegades. Then you also have Tharsis Outpost, which is essentially the hub area where you're going to be able to talk with NPCs, vendors, as well as different factions, aka syndicates, that Renegades offers. This area, by the way, Tharsis Outpost, is truly Star Wars inspired and actually really cool. You've got your different factions, your different syndicates. You've got Vex with clothes on, and
Vex with clothes. So funny, so silly.
Yeah, it's got a lot of character. I like that about it. And I think for a long time, social areas, which either A, did not exist inside of Destiny, or B, if they did exist, they were weak.
Oh, this thing's a hand cannon, okay.
The farm we built for the elixing, if you even call that a social post. Tharsis Outpost was designed much better.
I was curious.
Now, at this outpost, you will have your 3 syndicate faction dens.
Is it energy? Energy, special? Hand cannon?
Through the Renegades campaign. More on that shortly, though. Now, this takes us to the activity itself. Again, I would argue and say Edge of Fate didn't really have a proper activity. This one, though, has an activity called Lawless.
It really didn't, thinking about it. I didn't even think about that till now.
This is essentially Bungie's take on Helldivers. You go in, you complete objectives, you use renegade abilities, and then at the end, you'll need to exfil successfully. Now, I really like the setup at the beginning of this area, because before you even launch the activity, you load into this intro area, you see your ship, and you actually choose your renegade abilities that you're going to take in with you. Now, let me just say, guys, these renegade abilities, they are not like the, I guess, Matter Spark, optional abilities that you saw from Edge of Fate. These abilities are definitely worth using. They are extremely potent, and the other side of things is that they're very, very fun to use. Now, you can only select up to 2, but let me just go over some of the abilities, though, that you can choose. You've got Strafing Run, which calls down an airstrike from your ship that scorches hostiles and objects.
Oh, Scorches, too.
You've got Revitalize, which calls in a utility Shank that heals and provides ability energy for allied guardians. Recon Shank, which calls in a reconnaissance Shank that can pinpoint the location of hostiles, high-value targets, and objects of interest, that being things like chests. Imperium Drop Pod, which calls down a modified Imperium Drop Pod that slams into the ground, damaging combatants on impact. The pod also contains weapon ammo. It's actually a fantastic way to top off your ammo. Do keep in mind, though, guys, you can literally kill yourself with this. I called in a pod on myself and killed myself. I'm not sure if I even have footage of that, but it happens. Then there's the Imperium Behemoth. This is arguably the strongest of the Renegade abilities. It calls in this pilotable Imperium Behemoth war machine at the beacon's location. And this is essentially an ATST from Star Wars, and it controls very similar to that of a Brig, but it's faster and bigger. Now, guys, I was using this thing in my invasions, and yes, there are invasions, and let me just say, man, it is hell to take one of these things down. I actually had people using their super on me, and they couldn't take me down.
Oh my god. How tanky these things are.
It moves very good, and it tanks a ton of damage. Then we have our Piker Mortar. It calls in a Piker Mortar that launches homing missiles at targets in the area. You've got a Falcon, which calls in a Falcon attack that provides both mobility and offensive support in the field. Vex Deflector, which calls in a defensive Vex Deflector dome that absorbs and reflects incoming fire. Targets who pass through the dome are damaged and jolted. I actually use this one a lot, guys. The dome is huge. Like, it is so good. And I would argue and say, if you are looking for something to actually defend against invaders, I think nothing works better than the dome. Then we have the Vex Stun Field. This creates a Vex
Almost quarter of the deck done.
targets within the radius of attack. Now, Bungie's also allowing for these vehicles like the Falcon and the Behemoth to be customized further. The base Falcon says that it has incredible top speed and a heavy mounted heat weapon, which can be fired while in motion. The Falcon can
That's fun.
high collision damage when traveling at high speeds. There's also a strand version where dodging launches a large strand projectile that can tie up Imperium Behemoths. And then there's a stasis version, which is outfitted with experimental stasis weaponry that can freeze targets. It has unlimited boost to allow you to smash through any frozen targets, and it can spawn its own stasis crystals using its secondary fire. I really like this, guys, because it doesn't just end with unlocking some of these unlocks. As it goes further than that, you have deeper customization just beyond that. And I don't know what I was really expecting from this, but it came out much better than what I originally thought. I guess my expectations were low. I was
Quarter of the deck done.
bare bone. I was also
That's so thick.
Bungie's gonna be like, hey, you want to turn into a ball? Luckily, that didn't happen. And these are actually abilities that I would relate them to on the levels like a Helldiver ability. Now, it's starting out.
But I can't be a ball.
Revitalize and Strafing Run, but you'll unlock more as you progress, and these abilities can also be upgraded from Spider or from the Quartermasters in each Syndicate Den, which seems to go up to level 7. So again, emphasis on joining those syndicates, pledging to them, and let me just say, this is not really a spoiler, but lots of backstabbing. Now, there's a few mechanics to be aware when it comes to this activity. First off,
All your new
this activity. You have Hunt,
area denial.
Hunt a notorious outlaw and secure their bounty. There's Smuggle, where you'll need to smuggle contraband from the activity. And then there's also Sabotage, where you'll need to sabotage hostile assets. Now, all three versions of the activity play relatively the same, with maybe minor objective changes throughout. Secondly, it's kind of similar to the Nether from Heresy, as health recovery is disabled, and instead, you do have significantly greater health and shields. There's also destructibles that you can bring, which can provide credits and may occasionally drop healing orbs, along with ammo or even revive tokens. Now, throughout the activity, you're going to have various objectives to complete as you move through different areas. But this differs from the Nether, as you aren't necessarily earning enough points to progress. There aren't these long traversal sections, and overall, the activity isn't anywhere as long as, say, something like the Nether. At least, not this version. Again, we're playing the early version of this. I don't know how things are going to evolve over the weeks to come. Instead, though, you usually have one objective per area, with sometimes a bonus objective popping up as well, but it is way more ad dense. So unlike the Nether, which wasn't as ad dense, you have like downtime in between encounters. This one is like go, go, go. I mean, they're really trying to drive
Oh, I love the sound of that.
aspects of this game mode. Now, let me just give you some of the examples of the objectives of these game modes. There's one objective where you need to pick up and carry these cargo crates, deposit them, and then while carrying the cargo crates, you can still use your weapons, but your movement is slowed. There's also another where killing enemies would drop cargo in the form of these exotic-looking ingrams. So you need to grab and then deposit. There's also some variations of this where these deposit zones become shielded and would need to shoot the generators above them to remove the shield. There was also another variation where you had to place this drill, defeat enemies to get conductor charge, which could be used to charge the drill, which would then spawn the cargo deposit. Now listen, I can go on and on about the different objectives. What I will say is that it's fun. Like, they're actually good, and you want to lean into those renegade abilities. There were times where I was like, you know what? Screw everything I'm dealing with. I'm dropping in a behemoth and about to start blasting. I think the ad density is also really good.
I feel that'll be real nice. Can't wait to
This activity
mess with that stuff.
to like onslaught, right? With that ad density, not as stationary as you are still moving around more. Hey, defend.
I don't want to throw Grim Monolith.
But I will say the ad density.
That's expensive.
With onslaught. Now, I think Bungie did a really good job with balancing these renegade abilities, considering just how strong they are. They have limited charges, some of them having just one charge and others having multiple charge. Now, throughout the activity, you will find these chests that you can interact with, which can refill one charge of your equipped renegade's ability. Now, towards the end of the activity, after completing all of your objectives, you need to call in your exfil and then essentially defend the point until the Hawk arrives, which you can board the ship. The first person to do so can actually fire the Hawk's autocannon.
Oh my god.
There's actually a few different exfil scenarios that I encountered. Sometimes it was just waiting the time until it arrived and defending the zone. Other times it was capturing the zone, which would load cargo onto the ship before it was allowed to exfil. Another was where I had to kill a boss first, then head to the exfil, and then defeat retaliators before I could leave. Think of this as like a distraction light, right? Like your little intro into what you're going to be experiencing later on.
We do get a D3. I think it'd be interesting to have a little bit of like a
in contested territory.
fraction mode.
Complete priority contracts in this contested area to fortify it for your ally syndicate in the future. Now this takes us to the activity that I had the most fun with, invasion. See, invasion is like the new gambit mode, if you will. To be able to launch this activity, you need death marks, which is a currency that you can earn from jobs with invasion enabled. Luckily for those out there that don't want to engage with PvP at all, invasion is not a requirement, but this is likely where you're going to get the best rewards. And at least from looking at the customization screen for Lawless Frontier, Master, and Grandmaster Matchmade, were set as invadable, whereas Expert was not.
Oh.
If you invade, you do have the chance to equip your renegade abilities before heading through the invasion portal. And when you go in, you're going to have roughly 6 minutes to complete your objective. The only thing you have to worry about when invading is defeating opposing guardians and collecting their crests. See, you'll see these 6 boxes on your screen. That
Oh my god, we're on Venus.
/crests that you collect. So ideally, you really only need like 3 kills and 3 crests. However, you are limited to 6 minutes, and you're also limited to 4 revives. But let me just be clear, guys. If you're rocking the behemoth, you'll get those kills no problem. Matter of fact, I'm really curious to know how invasion is going to look over the long haul, because there were many times that I invaded, I brought my behemoth, and man, I just cleaned house. And you actually end up in a situation where the invasions go very quickly because of how quickly you wipe the other team. And one of the things I actually brought up to Bungie was, hey, could you guys make it require more crests, maybe even more kills, maybe require 6 kills instead of just 3 kills and 3 crests? Again, we'll see how this shakes out for everybody else. I felt like it was...
It's half the deck done.
Considering the renegade abilities. I think what's going to be interesting to see over the long haul is how
thick.
counter each other out with renegade abilities. Like, you may be in a situation where you're like, all right, he's got a behemoth.
I love it.
I'm going to drop my dome. I'm going to spawn my behemoth. Or maybe you drop your dome, and then that guy in the behemoth pushes your dome, but then you drop a cabal pod on his behemoth. And yes, you can do that. It requires some levels of logistic, but you could definitely pull that off. Now this takes us to why you're doing all of this. And that's actually because of the syndicates. These factions are split into 3.
God.
You've got your pikers, your totality.
I can't wait to see how crazy some of those fights can get.
Now you can choose one syndicate at a time to be allied with, which you can change by interacting with these banners and their specific sections of the cantina. Now, through these factions, you'll meet each head. For example, I spent some time working on...
I feel part of it will kind of feel like how some counter wars end up in CEDH.
Now, there's a vendor for each faction known as the Quartermaster, which for Totality Division was Armorer Agol. Here there was a reputation
Agol.
rank 2 reward that you can purchase, the modified B7 pistol, and a Praxic Blade crystal through this faction.
Ooh.
The Totality Division would share their access codes, allowing access to some locked areas in the Lawless Frontier. There's also a shader at rank 5 that you can acquire, and toward the bottom, there is also Totality shipments that you can earn. I hovered over each one of these, which was a small Totality shipment, which you can earn once a week by completing priority contracts. Now, you rank up these factions by contributing dark matter ingots to their war chests and by completing jobs for the syndicates. Now, when you're on the Lawless Frontier screen, you can actually access your contracts and on the left-hand side of the HUD.
That's nice.
Are essentially bounties for Renegades. An example of one right here is for Totality Division. It says to complete and refill from bounty hunt or sabotage jobs, and you need to complete 2 of these. The rewards for completing these type of bounties include 4 dark matter ingots, 200 credits, and 160 faction reputation. There's also priority contracts. This one right here is for Totality Division, and it says to complete jobs in exfil from jobs in Piker or Tharsis Reformation territory, and you'll need to complete 2 jobs. Now, the rewards for completing include 10 dark matter ingots, 1,000 credits, and 320 faction reputation.
I wonder if these are equivalent to what we had on Kepler.
This one right here is a daily invasion contract, which says, as an invader, score points by defeating opposing guardians and collecting their crests. Invasion points obtained 0 out of 7. Now, the rewards for this one includes Lawless Frontier gear, which said it was going to be between tiers 3 and 4. 3 death marks, allowing you to do more invasions, along with 10 dark matter ingots.
It's tier 5.
The section of the screen is going to be for your wallet, showing various currencies that you own. You got your credits, salvage, which can be exchanged for weapons and armor in Tharsis Bazaar. Then there's also sections for key cards obtained from the factions, as well as your invasion death marks. Overall, guys, I really liked this gameplay loop, and I also really liked invasions. I was concerned, considering how Gambit has gone over the years, that people would hate this. But I think that because the emphasis is on renegade abilities, even though, yes, you can go in with your subclass, you go in with your super hell, you can pop your Goldie and just go in and clean house. But these renegade
I remember here, like, if everyone's broken, no one's broken.
Edge of Fate, where those abilities really fell flat for me. These abilities are so much fun that you're going to want to use them outside of these activities. And I wish we could. Like, no lie, I would drop a behemoth in the middle of a raid. The fact that the abilities are this fun to use in comparison to Edge of Fate, which, I'll be honest with you, I don't think anyone would actually voluntarily use Matter Spark. You know, some of you really like the ball play. These are real good abilities.
Ball.
I mean, they are good enough to just be standalone things. And I really like that Bungie is like interwoven, you know, the tutorials on using these different abilities, these different renegade abilities within the campaign itself. They're not just dropping you in. There's a good build-up process that happens here throughout the campaign missions that's also giving you little bits of story here and there, and then throws you into the activity with what you learn from the campaign. And what's even better than that is that while you're in these different activities, invasions, and whatever else, you're also getting pieces of the story thrown back to you. A lot of it is just like in dialogue. But it actually will change things up as you go on, because you'll notice that no one really can be trusted. Everybody's kind of backstabbing everybody, and Spider hates to lose money, like hates it. It's the worst thing that can happen. So I love that that's his
I believe it.
And yeah, you have an opportunity there to help him out if you want. Now listen, I know some of you just want to know about the weapons and the armor, and I'm going to briefly talk about these things, but I will say we're going to have deeper dives on every single one of them. What I
kind of just want to know about the armor at the moment.
One, the lightsaber, aka the Praxic Blade, is phenomenal. I cannot express just how fun it was using this thing. It is so good, and I think it's going to be especially good for hunters with the new exotic. I also think that it is arguably the best on Titan with strongholds, as you can essentially just sit there and block forever and ever. It has so many customizable aspects to the weapon. More customization is present on this sword than any other craftable exotic we have ever been given. And unfortunately, a lot of that I can't even go into detail about, because yes, it does drop from the exotic mission, and we can't do that. So yeah, we got to play it.
I hope we don't gotta wait long for it.
Sword itself, the Praxic Blade, very, very good, guys. You're gonna like it a lot. As far as the other exotics go, I was a big fan of all three. I will say the Titan exotic is more for maneuverability, and again, we're gonna jump into the deep dives on that in our review. But the maneuverability for it is really the thing that takes the cake. A lot of people are making comparisons to this in Twilight Garrison. Twilight Garrison, you have those dodges, right? You can, when it first came out, you had the double dodge. So you can double dodge, you can use it to help you in your skating.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, tight skate.
But again, they
takes me back.
nerfed that, and when they nerfed that, you can only have the one dodge. I would say this exotic, although people are going to figure out ways to like help with things like skating or building up momentum, the main takeaway for it is you can literally just fly. Like, it's an exotic that allows you to fly. If you're doing a jump puzzle, I would say there is no better exotic to use than that exotic, especially if you're just terrible at jump puzzles. So for me, it's a godsend. For the harder exotic,
I think I don't play Titan.
It's going to be an S tier exotic. I think it's so good for survivability. The free damage buff that it gives is very, very good. And for the Warlock exotic, I think there's a lot of play with it because it works with every strand ability. And with the changes there to drifts, you're going to be using this exotic for strand synergies, for the damage over time, and anything that is suspend based, because that suspend from any source, at least from my testing, procs that
God, is it?
time.
I
Procs that healing.
didn't realize that.
Weapons,
Again, I haven't really read it.
the heat weapons, I will say, feel phenomenal. I played with the hand cannon that's got the scope on it and was doing some invasions with it. It hits very, very hard, and I think you guys are going to like it a lot. Heat weapons across the board, I think, are very, very solid, and we're actually going to be doing reviews for some of these individually, because yes, you probably see some of the gameplay here in front of you. This is essentially a legendary sweet business. It's phenomenal.
I think you just uploaded the video for this weapon. I'd go to that next.
Yes, we will probably be individually reviewing this one as the days go on. Guys, we have a number of videos lined up over probably the next few hours into the next few days. That's going to be showcasing, you know, a lot of what Renegades has to offer. I'm going to continue to avoid story spoilers simply because I don't want much of the story spoiled for myself. Again, I will say, based on what I
3 more cards.
I think that is probably the strongest.
-2, kinda.
Now, this also circles back to what people are hoping from Renegades, which is to address all of the core issues within Destiny. You know, loot being a big one, old content not being added to the portal, vault issues, vault constraints. I would say the vault constraint thing, that's actually been taken care of, and we actually got to take a look at it, and it's very, very nice, guys.
Okay.
The ability to
Yeah, Vivi
customize your in-game vaults. Maybe not as good as Destiny Item Manager, but for console players, this is very nice. The ability to
Oh, I forgot about this. It's gonna be so nice.
pages that you can choose in between. I actually found myself, even after just a few minutes with it, like I was like, okay, I can see myself, if I didn't want to pull up dim right there in the spots, legitimately utilizing this vault feature as my feature going forward when it comes to pulling gear and putting gear up. The other side of things is the increase in space, the plus 300 there.
I don't even know where to start with this. Oh my god.
I mean, look at all the new weapons that you have here. This thumbnail right
Oh
here,
my god.
all the weapons that we're going to be getting in Renegades. You're going to be getting multiple rolls of this, and that's not even including all the different armor pieces that you're going to get. So this is still a band.
This is ridiculous.
300 to our vault. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to fill this up. Probably fairly quickly. But eventually, Bungie's going to have to figure out
Oh my.
the way we are able to stack our loot. You know, maybe they extend weapon crafting to armor crafting or something like that. Because right now, our vaults are becoming
So wide.
a lot of different armor pieces.
This technically isn't everything either.
As far as the core problems go and the issues with the portal, I mean, Bungie's doing some consolidation across the board, but they are still investing.
I had this card that is kind of relatively bent.
Activity portal playlist. Yes, there's actually an activity playlist that is completely devoted to 6-man activities. And I think this is when I get a bit excited about it.
Oh, I didn't really
think about things like Menagerie. Bungie's not going to bring back the entire
fix it, but
Menagerie the way that we experienced it back in the day and dropping it on us because, well, quite frankly, the loot that dropped from that version of Menagerie wouldn't make sense. We need an overhaul. But also the enemies themselves would need an overhaul.
maybe this
Now, and I mean,
maybe this will help it.
those that have gone out over the past week, we would blow through something like Menagerie, especially with the 6-man fire team. With that being said, though, I could see a portal version of the Menagerie existing. And I think what you're going to see is that the portal will become what we always wanted it to be, which was a way to cycle in old content, old fan favorites, whether that be raid layers, whether that be old 6-man activities, whether that be
Oh my, this is ridiculous.
actually be things that we're excited to see rather than it being, hey, we're taking away things that exist in the game currently and forcing them into the portal.
If I could fit it in.
A better system in which the destination tab and the portal will work harmoniously.
In this.
And I actually think they're approaching.
I don't think I have a deck box thick enough for this.
We'll have to see, guys. I hope they will, because I think that those two worlds need to exist together. It can't just be portal or nothing else. Those two things have to go hand in hand. And
all right.
Even though everybody wants to throw the portal out, there is value there in the portal. As far as the loot goes, tiered loot, we've talked about this a lot. Man, I think everybody's just going to be getting tier 5s day one. And this is where we didn't really talk about this at Bungie because everybody's focused on the new content and some other things. But as far as tiered loot goes, I'm pretty sure people are going to be able to earn tier 5s.
Oh my god, that's a double sleeve deck.
Forward on that. Some of you are going to be like, hell yeah, give me my tier 5s. But I know there is a portion of the Destiny community that's saying, hey, listen, where is the aspirational grind? Where is the aspirational loot? Where's the, I gotta go first to get that item. I've got to beat that GM Nightfall to get that adept. I'm not really sure how I'm going to address that. I'm actually hoping that, again, I'm recording this video the day before the Vidoc goes live. I'm hoping the Vidoc may actually shed some light on this, or even the
I don't think it did.
also shed some light on that. These are core issues that I don't know if Renegades is going to be able to address. Granted, a lot of what this video is just how Renegade stands on its own two legs, and I think it's a strong expansion, guys. Substantially stronger than Edge of Fate, by the way. Like, when I say a strong expansion, it's way better than Edge of Fate in a multitude of ways. But is it on the level of like Forsaken or Witch Queen? That's something we just won't know until we get in there. This is a Star Wars inspired Destiny expansion, but it is truly a Destiny expansion still. I've been extremely impressed from the delivery, from the narrative team, from the cast.
Look at that.
Music, hell, we got Michael Tori back in the studio again. This is looking to be quite the experience for all of us.
I had 2 decks in here. I had my Brea going this way, and that's a 3 standard deck going this way. Oh my god. Like, no room. I could slip cards in, but I don't know how many I could do. Probably not a lot. Oh. Alright, I gotta try doing one last thing with this. I'm definitely not gonna keep it like this. Oh god. Oh jeez. Come on. Give me a little bit. Here's a normal dual sleeve deck. Oh god. This was a mistake. I get try to get it to where it's half and half. See how well that actually goes. Oh god. Good. Let's just see this comparison. This probably that is most of the way there. These just 50 cards. Freaking this one too. Alright. Moment of truth. Oh god, I'm losing at the end. Oh! Oh, more room to work with. Check some quick. Oh man. This thing is wide. I got a tape with me so I can measure it. Trying to fist just a whole commander deck to shuffle into another deck. Come on, get in there. Get in there. I can barely hold this. See if I can actually get this to look right. That down. Away. Oh. God, I'm scared I'm just gonna broke cards across my desk. There you go. God, this triple sleeve one's not want to work with me. Let's see if I can make the comparison even worse. Live, there he is. Okay, see if I can get this. Okay. Oh, it's so nerve-wracking just... Oh, it's upside down. Oh, jeez. Okay. There's triple. This is thick inners. Nope. I can... angle a little bit. This way. Oh, there goes a few. You still get the idea though. This is single sleeve, double sleeve. That was just unreasonable. Who allowed this? Get off. There we go. I don't know how I'm gonna do this now. I got this deck box for this deck. I was so scared it's gonna fall over. How many cards got in here now? I think yeah. Get triple sleeved in there. On the side, just want to put it in the right way. A 20. $30. 40. $50. I was thinking much more than this. $5. $60. Five's kind of struggling. If I can get 75 in, I'll be happy. He's going the right way. No. I need to do it like this. $70. $71. $72. Oh, they can get more than that in there. 72 is not bad. Oh. $72 triple sleep cards right there. Get it out of here. It only took about an hour and a half. I thought it would have taken a lot longer, honestly. I guess it was about 3 hours. They're going to go through 5 layers of sleeves. Okay. Oh. Tight fit. I partly regret my decision now. I'm being honest. I did mostly just want to see what this would look like. I've had my fun. I'm still in awe. How ridiculous this is. That's good. I got an idea. Then they're like, I can't be showing that. Take my mouse out. All this stuff out. So I can actually grab it. Make sure all these cards are going the right way too. And just slowly put them in here. Making sure they're going the right way. I kind of wasn't paying attention when I was putting them in this. I don't know if I was putting those first 5 I was sliding in the right way. I did not. Oh man. Apparently they just did a bad job of shuffling because half of these are the wrong way. Do this. The extra. Where did I miscount? Oh well. Come on, give me this. There we go. In here. These in here. I'm gonna shove these in like this. Beautiful. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Can't even shuffle it. I don't know. My Vivi on top. Scale. I hope I make glad I did this. A little bit. We're all in front of my camera. Oh well. I've had my fun. Now time to undo my mistake. Goodbye.